Now, before we get to talking about movies again, I do want to thank all of you for the kind words of support over the last month. It's been a difficult road for everyone, no question about it. I'm also sorry for the lack of new videos, but Billy was one of like not just one of my longest friendships, but he was my creative partner. So I miss him immensely, and it's been really, really difficult to want to come in here and make videos. And to all the new subscribers, wow, I've never seen an increase like this. Like the whole history of my channel, it's never been like this. So I thank you. But keep in mind that while many of you new people, you know Billy in connection with video games, but the two of us, we bonded over movies, and that's what this channel mostly is. So if you feel like you want to unsubscribe, you're not going to hurt my feelings at all. Now, Billy and I made many plans, some that may never ever come to fruition, but the movie that we're discussing today, it is one that we had planned to go to the theater to see opening weekend. Of course, we did not get to do that. But today, I thought it was finally time. So let's talk about One Battle After Another. Written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another tells the story of a group of ex-revolutionaries who reunite to rescue the daughter of one of their own when their evil enemy resurfaces after 16 years. The movie stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio Del Toro, Teyana Taylor, and Chase Infiniti. Now, if you're a movie dork like me, the name Paul Thomas Anderson, man, it's got a lot of weight. Many movies, of course, Boogie Nights and Magnolia, and probably my favorite, There Will Be Blood. I mean, some amazing movies there. But I knew nothing, like, well, next to nothing, about this movie when it went on my watch list. I heard Paul Thomas Anderson and Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm like, I'm in. There are many sort of tour de force type directors out there. I mean, you've got Nolan, you've got Villeneuve, you've got Spielberg, you've got Cameron, Scorsese, among others. There's a lot of really great directors out there. But I think one of the things that sets Paul Thomas Anderson's movies apart is this absolute feeling of uncertainty, like in the best way. You could just never guess where one of his movies is going to go. And that's a great feeling. And of course, with this movie, the story is absolutely the star. I mean, it takes so many twists and turns. And I was just delighted by the feeling of, okay, I'm done trying to figure out where this is going to go. Tell me a story. And I really enjoyed the way that this story unfolded. I also love that the actors here are putting in some of the best work of their entire careers. I mean, just great performances. They just do an amazing job. But I have to give a special nod to Sean Penn because he disappears into this role. And while he is no question the antagonist of this movie, there's layers of doubt that come across his face it's just masterful work. But the thing to keep in mind is, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just the way that the stories are structured or whatever, but in a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, all the actors, they get their moment, they get moments to shine, but none of them feels like they're more important than the others. It's an ensemble piece, and it's so great, and it allows you to enjoy the story without anything sticking out, and they're there to serve the story, and I think that's awesome. It's one of the best feelings as somebody watching it, that you don't have to be, well, okay, that was a little too much. No, it all is there to serve the story, and that's great. And the cinematography, wow, by Michael Bowman, just beautiful work here. Now, I got to see this in a large format theater, not IMAX, because the IMAX theater that's closest to me is about an hour away, and I just didn't have time for that. But this is one of the last large format showings of this movie, because, well, Tron Ares comes out tomorrow, and that's taking over all the screens. But think about every movie you've ever seen, and every scene in that movie. There are countless ways to shoot it, and there are countless ways to block it, and to basically to get the story across. But there are just a few. There are just a few directors out there that you just have to smile at the way that they compose their image. And look, Paul Thomas Anderson is one of those directors. Now, of course, I've seen this, what, 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks after the release. So it's been kind of disappointing to see that it's not really lighting the box office on fire. But I can see why, especially after seeing the movie. It's a movie with a mature story. It's like the runtime is what, 2 hours and 41 minutes, and the trailers themselves didn't really give you an idea of what you were going to be in for. I mean, all it really did is show you the vibe, and you got the vibe, but that was pretty much it. The story is so big and so sprawling that it can't really be easily summarized. So I don't know how the marketing studio put together a trailer at all to try to get people to go see this. But I will say, if you're one of those people that are like, "Ah, man, all movies suck today," or there's nothing but sequels, remakes, or reboots, this is the kind of movie that we need to support. We need to vote with our dollars so that the studio knows that this is the kind of thing that we want. And if we don't, then we're going to be just stuck with the next sequel, remake, or reboot. And I don't know if anybody wants that. So, did you see one battle after another? If so, let's talk about it down in the comment section, because hey, it's one of my favorite things. I love chatting with you guys in the comment section. But before we go, I do want to give a special shout out to Filbert, to Ninjinzu, and to Starfox. Guys, thank you guys so much for your support, especially over the last month, and of course the support of the Level Win members as well. Thank you guys, and yeah, we'll get back to a regular sort of schedule fairly soon. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.